Hello everyone, welcome back to Life Unscripted. Life doesn't always go as planned. There are moments of joy, moments of success, moments when everything feels just right. But there are also moments of loss, failure, and unexpected change. Moments when we look at our lives and ask, why did this happen to me? But what if instead of resisting our struggles, we embraced them? What if we could not only accept our fate, but learn to love it? This idea comes from the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. He called it Amor Fati, which means love of fate. Not just accepting what happens, not just enduring life's hardships, but truly embracing everything that comes our way without regret, without resentment, without wishing for something different. Imagine if you could look at every moment, good or bad, and say, yes, this is my path. This is exactly how it was meant to be. Amor Fati is not about passive acceptance. It's not about simply saying, it is what it is, and resigning yourself to fate. Instead, it's about finding meaning in everything that happens. Understanding that every event, no matter how painful, is part of your journey. Nietzsche once wrote, "My formula for human greatness is Amor Fati." That one wants nothing to be different. Not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. In other words, no regrets, no wishing things had gone differently. Everything in your life, the successes, the failures, the joys, the heartbreaks, all of it is shaping you into who you are meant to be. Why we struggle to accept fate? Of course, this is easier said than done. Because as human beings, we are wired to resist suffering. We want control. We want to shape our destiny. When things go wrong, our instinct is to fight back, to wish things had turned out differently, to look at the past and say, if only I had done this instead, to look at the present and say, this shouldn't be happening. But Nietzsche believed that suffering is not meaningless. He wrote, to live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering. Life is like fire. It burns, it tests us, it challenges us. But fire also purifies. It strengthens. Think of a sword. Before it becomes sharp, it must be heated, hammered, shaped. The process is painful, but in the end, it emerges stronger, unbreakable. The same is true for us. Every hardship, every painful moment is shaping us, refining us, making us more resilient. Nietzsche famously said, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." It's not just a quote, it's a mindset. A way of looking at life that allows us to rise above our struggles, not in spite of them, but because of them. How Amor Fati can bring peace. Imagine what it would feel like to fully embrace Amor Fati, to stop fighting against what life brings, to stop wishing for a different past. What would happen? You would find peace, because suffering doesn't come from the events themselves. It comes from our resistance to them. Amor Fati doesn't mean we stop striving for a better future. It simply means that no matter what happens, we say, this is my life, this is my path, and I will walk it with love. It means that when life gives us challenges, we trust that they are shaping us into who we are meant to be. It means that even in pain, we find beauty. It means that we stop saying, why me? And start saying, thank you for this lesson. How to apply Amor Fati in everyday life. So how do we practice Amor Fati? How do we learn to truly love everything that happens to us? 1. Reframe your perspective. Next time you face a challenge, pause. Instead of asking, why is this happening? Ask, how can this help me grow? Every difficulty carries a lesson. Every struggle has value. 2. Let go of regret. The past is unchangeable, but your attitude toward it, that's in your hands. Instead of saying, I wish things had been different, try saying, everything that happened brought me here. And here is exactly where I need to be. 3. See life as a story. Think of your life as a novel. Every hardship, every challenge, it's all part of the plot. Without struggle, there is no growth. Without conflict, there is no transformation. Would you want to read a book where nothing ever went wrong? No, because that's not a story worth telling. And your life? It's a story worth telling. A final thought, learning to love it all. Nietzsche once said, I want to learn more and more to see as beautiful what is necessary in things. This is the essence of Amor Fati. Not just accepting life, not just tolerating it, but loving it. Loving the easy days and the hard ones. Loving the successes and the failures. Loving the journey even when it doesn't make sense yet. So, as you move forward, I want to leave you with this thought. What if starting today you stopped resisting life? What if, instead of saying, I wish things were different, you said, this is my path and I will walk it with love? Because in the end, life is not about having a perfect fate. It's about loving the fate you have. Amor Fati, love of fate. Thank you for listening.